Yo, what's up, you guys, man? Hope y'all are partying like every day is your birthday, man. We got another one for you guys today, and I hope y'all do enjoy this one. Hey, I do want to say, bro, thank you guys so much for everyone who has been helping me out on the channel. We got the new thanks donation button that you can check out. It's probably right around here somewhere, but you guys have really been showing me a lot of love on that, and know it means a lot, bro. Those little donations, even if it's $1, does help me out a ton, man. So no, it's much appreciated, and I couldn't do it, I couldn't be where I'm at without you guys, so it means a lot, bro. Now y'all don't got to do that or anything like that. I'm just letting y'all know that's an option. I really only care that you guys come by and enjoy these videos, man. We really are hoping to do some great things this year and build our community of world changers, dude. Speaking of changing, I'm doing it one more time today. I did it in one other video, bro. I got a haircut, y'all, and I wanted to finally get rid of the pink because, I lost a bet to have my hair dyed pink, and holy shit, that mofo is tiny, bro. I've not had my hair cut this short since I was like a jit. So now I'm finna be rocking the hat a little fat minute. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna be rocking the hat for a while, man. But without further ado, let's hop right into No Man's Sky Did the Impossible. Shout out to Gamer Annex, man. Make sure you guys do go show him some love, and let's check this video out.
No Man's Sky. Yes, let's talk about it. This game has truly done the impossible and serves as the poster child for games that are initially poorly received that overcome the odds and
what the hell kind of dinosaur was that?
Does right by its original customers and just becomes a damn good game that lives on for years to come. No Man's Sky is a blueprint for a game eventually becoming great. It is not a perfect road, it is not a clean exit or a perfect landing or anything like that, but it is interesting.
What the hell?
So let's talk about how they did it.
See, I would just y'all enjoy the worlds, you know what I'm saying? Seeing just the different places, because I just love space and think that stuff is so entertaining. And, just a huge part of our life that's a giant mystery.
It is interesting. So let's talk about how they did it. First, of course, a quick recap, addressing the elephant in the room, and that is No Man's Sky's disappointing launch. The game was teased with an announcement by developers Hello Games in 2013, and instantly, people were hooked. People wanted to believe in this new age, procedurally generated space exploration game where you could go anywhere and do anything and be your own space adventure person with your own cool ship. Endless possibilities. New fans were excited for the idea of like Skyrim in space, and old school PC gaming spacefaring fans were curious to see how a new age version of that procedurally generated like space exploration thing would go. And with the game being delayed and being pushed quite a while, it left even more time for people's imaginations to wander. The technology behind
that's never good.
Seemed cool.
They gonna overexpect.
And all those big ideas really just got a hype train, huge, and it left the station. Like, it was all over the video game fan world, but it even broke into the mainstream too, with it being featured on a late night talk show. All just because
it's actually crazy,
seemed, in theory, so cool.
I mean, hey, dude, a game that never ends and it's about space.
August 2016.
Can't get much better than that.
Me personally, I was lukewarm on it. I thought it was kind of repetitive, unfinished, and was kind of unsatisfying. Still, some of the systems worked well and it had a lot of potential. And some of the presentation and creative and graphical stuff was kind of there. My biggest problem was that the game felt like it had no life and felt ultimately kind of meaningless. This is where the problem lies. From the trailer and everything people had seen of the game, people put a lot of high expectations towards it, like we said. And like, it was really the game itself, its marketing, its hype, I don't know, but writing a bunch of checks that the
that trailer
game
was
they
cold,
developed
man.
Could not cash. The whole endless exploration concept just felt really dull and did not generate any of that wonder. Aliens were basically non-existent. Encountering other players wasn't really a thing. And the loot and the ship stuff was super basic and limiting. All in all, it felt like
it does sound like a giant letdown.
Full game price at $60. And
$60?
It was kind of cool.
Hell no.
Finished and nowhere near as cool as
that's
it could have
crazy,
been.
dude.
The art style was there, the music was there, the vibe was there, and some of the foundation was there, but it needed way more, clearly. People justifiably felt ripped off. Reactions were extremely angry, as the internet goes. You know the drill. No Man's Sky was like a weird launch with straight up bad PR that was nestled in a blanket of huge sales numbers. Best-selling release on the PlayStation Store the month of launch. The Steam version very quickly seemed to hit 1 million players. A lot of people bought it, but a lot of people weren't super happy with it. Here's where things get interesting though. Hello Games didn't just like take the money and run, at least, you know, seemingly to most of us.
That's good,
Developers or corporations don't always stick around to provide customer support or fix things that you purchase.
Trust me, we know that.
What makes No Man's
2K,
Sky's whole story
Call of Duty.
interesting it's that they didn't abandon it. While some people will forever consider these developers liars or con artists, okay, sure, but they slowly, through a long period of time, took all that money and dumped it right into more development, fleshing out the game.
That's good, bro.
And ultimately satisfying way more people. Now, games, especially a traditional release like this, just should not ever release like this. You cannot offer a product and then just...
I don't understand the freaking point of these companies, you guys, releasing an unfinished game. So many companies do it, and it is because of the money, bro. You know, they're like, well, let's just get paid. Now, some aren't. Like, I bet this company had to release it because, you know, they probably didn't have the money to make too much more. But once they got that cash, you know, then they had some expenses that they could improve on. But like Call of Duty, for them to release an unfinished game is bullshit. Make sure your game is done before you release some. You know? A lot of people want to half-ass something and then be like, all right, let's get a quick check.
Figure.
Like 2K, bro, I wish they would not release a 2K every year and would actually try. 2K could be one of the biggest games, you guys, if their developers just actually gave the tiniest bit of shit. The XP coins don't even work in 2K. The elevator doesn't even work in 2K. The tiniest things that are like... Bro, my friend once bought VC and the transaction didn't even work. He didn't even get his VC. Like, it's the little things that are so easy, I feel like, to code and get done that they don't even give a shit about. Like, their main components. Bruh, VC, how you finna not be able to get your VC when you buy? XP coins, how are you not able to pop an XP? That's like one of the most important things, you know what I'm saying? XP coins and VC? Really? It's just bullshit to me. Like, I feel like they literally just sit there and they're like, look at all these fools buying the game.
If you spent $60 and didn't ask for a refund and just held on to the game, whether you were burned or not, by now, if you pop that thing back in or re-download it, you got a game that is well worth the price. It's a really long road. It took a long road to get there, and one where the developers would often go silent for months on end only to pop up with a cool new feature or two. Let's break it down.
Look pretty cool.
So first, it started with Foundation. This was the first content the game received. It was 2 more game modes, creative and survival. It made base building a thing. You could have
survival looks pretty awesome.
Claim abandoned bases and then build off of them. You had the ability to purchase freighters, which you could summon anywhere in the galaxy, even though that was kind of early. And it just had new resources and new technology and farming. Then there was the Pathfinder update, which is where the game started to get updated visually. You could also share your bases online for other players to discover.
That rover's pretty awesome. I would love driving on
store
space.
Them in your freighter. There was also a new class of ships, new vehicles that could be used on the surface of planets, new merchants and currency, more life, more base building options, quality of life stuff, and multi-tool classes and specialization and weapon modes. Then with one of the big ones, Atlas Rises, they added on actual like real narrative that worked way more like a traditional quest. There was like 30 hours or so of content. There was new worlds,
30 hours,
more
pretty
stuff
nice.
You could find, a new AI, the in-game economy was expanded, more visual improvements, terrain manipulation, and an improvement of space combat. You could actually
visuals, you guys, is the biggest thing for me. You know, a game could not be that fun, but if it's visually pleasing, I'm gonna enjoy it way more though. But if the game would have to be insane for me to enjoy a game that looks like dog shit. You know, I like being able to see stuff cleanly, you know,
and cruise above the terrain.
Graphics is big for me.
This all really led to No Man's Sky Next. This is
especially in space, bro. How you finna have a game about space with shitty graphics? That gotta be the game with the best graphics, you know?
First
it's
big
space,
boy. This is 1.5. This had actual real multiplayer where you could play with your friends and actually see them. It had weekly content and community events, a third-person camera, a whole third-person view mode, more customization, way bigger base building. The freighter mechanics were bigger.
Wow, yeah,
crafting
that
was
is starting to look
overhauled,
very
the UI
clean.
was overhauled, the graphics were beefed up once again, and more marketplaces were added. Now, smaller updates like Abyss and Visions added small gameplay stuff, but it wasn't really until Beyond where stuff got big again. Beyond was like 2.0. This gave you VR support, multiplayer was expanded, allowing
this game
for
in
even
VR,
more players to get.
This game in VR would be kind of tea, bro. You know what I'm saying? Getting teed up and then hopping on this game.
Gather together.
That'd be an
Ambient
adventure.
multiplayer became a thing. Early game stuff like onboarding was way more streamlined and just more
That'd be a ride in the
interesting.
crud.
There were more hubs, more exploration opportunities, more quests. Combat was improved overall. More enemies, just more interesting stuff to combat with. More settings for PC graphics, more base building. It was crazy. Then after that, we were back to smaller updates like Synthesis, Living Ship, Exomech, Crossplay, Desolation. That was the spooky alien one. And then we got Origins 3.0 with more planets, different planet life, more diverse planets, more teleporters, updated graphics and biomes, weather effects like volcanoes and firestorms, giant enemies, wild robots,
that player
NPCs
is ugly,
that you
dude.
can encounter
Jeez,
out
what
in
even
the
is
wild.
that?
Then there was the next gen update, Companions and Expeditions, which gave Expedition mode, where you were able to start with other players on a planet and you go on missions together and work as a community to unlock rewards. Then there was Prisms, which was graphical stuff, Frontiers, more base building, a Sentinel update, and the newest one, Outlaws, with space capes. I'm serious. Outlaw space stations, smuggling.
See, that
improved
looks hella
space
clean, though, you
combat,
guys.
In-atmosphere starship
That
combat.
cape and the visuals in this looks very nice in that
Sentinel
little clip.
update, and the newest one, Outlaws, with space capes. I'm serious. Outlaw space stations, smuggling, improved
I'm liking the look of
space
that.
combat, in-atmosphere starship combat, interstellar piracy, pirate missions, and just even more to do. As you can tell, like, I'm kind of out of breath listing all of this stuff. It sounds like I'm just kind of reading a marketing sheet, but just kind of doing it to show like there is a staggering amount of new stuff in this game, and it's really wild. If you're like some of us here at
moly.
GameRanks, where you just periodically
Dude, I would love to
back
play
in and
this
see
game in
what's new,
VR.
by this point, it is totally
I'll
overhauled.
get so
And the
teed,
community
bro, and
has
hop on
taken
this
to it.
bit.
I mean, just look at Steam reviews. They're mostly very positive now. And the community, the people who have been hooked on this game, have been eating well for a while. I think they realize like No Man's Sky will never make as big a splash as that big official reveal and then it getting all the mainstream attention and just the whole gaming sphere. But they put their heads down and kept working on the game, and every update maybe doesn't get released to a ton of fanfare, but the people who play this game are pleased. And if you've played any type of game,
They might have
that
to
is
have a new
consistently updated
trailer or
is online
something,
has
get some
anything
hype
like that,
around
you
it.
understand how important it is that the developers actually give a damn. Not to mention, people have also taken to it with the base building and exploration and just have come up with really cool stuff, whether it's beautiful
an underwater
images in
base is pretty
photo
cool.
mode, discovering weird, strange planets, making incredible structures, just basically almost living in these game worlds. No Man's Sky, for us and for the people who are playing it, like they really turned this thing around. No Man's Sky now stands with other
Gotta give him
cool,
some respect.
open-ended space exploration type games. It's a little different, it's a little more quirkier, but it is still unique and pretty special. And at the end of the day, like I said in the beginning,
Whoa, look at
we're
the
glad that the developers
stars.
didn't cut and run, and we're just happy that, you know, even if we're still kind of pissed at how they handled things in the first place, at the very least,
Yeah, y'all, because they could have easily just took everyone's money and said, see ya. You know, it was one of the, like, second most best-selling games. They could have easily just went deuces on them kids.
dude,
And just
now
gotten a little
good
bag.
game
Gotta respect them
exists
for
out
it.
there in the universe. You know what I mean? So basically, No Man's Sky did the impossible. They saved themselves from like everybody hating them and just a complete PR disaster by sticking to their guns, putting their money where their mouth is, and end up making a good game. But that's just us. That's how we feel. We're very curious to hear what you guys think. If you've jumped back into No Man's Sky over the years, are you
Man, I've actually, you guys really enjoyed the stuff we have seen on No Man's Sky. The trailer we saw was very, very nice. Just, it's the visuals, dude. That's the reason. That's the reason I would play a space game, you know? It's not really for, well, it is for the adventure, and that ties in with the visuals, you know? But, like, I would love to be able to hop on a space game and see the stars, you know, just illuminating like that. I would love to see how that man, like, hyperdrive, just
some of us here
seeing all this, like, that's what I want from a space game, bro. Just the illusion of space. And they definitely did a good job coming back in the game, I think, and putting these updates in it. I would love if they had like a 4K render or something they could do with it. That'd be awesome, man. But I do hope you guys enjoyed that video. What a cool little game right there. We might have to check it out and play it sometime in the near future. I'm going to start streaming again. It's been a while since we've been able to, but no, I am going to get back on my stream guide very, very soon. I love you guys. I'm going to get to also editing the new video for the B-Day reviews. We're going to be doing actually a review on TikTok. So that'll be very interesting. And then after that, we're going to be doing a review on Spy Family. So make sure you go over there on the channel, check it out, show it some love. Would mean a lot to me. You guys have a great rest of your day, though, and deuces, man.